Namaskar, Ram Ram. Good morning, friends. Yes, on behalf of Positive Mantra, a ThoughtScape, I have come to discuss post-COVID, life after post-COVID. COVID has encompassed 202 nations, 8 billion population in just over 3 months. This world pandemic, how it comes, how it affects, we fully do not know. It's being researched, it's being worked out, and someday some vaccine will come up. But by the time the vaccine comes, how many DNA manipulation this virus will do, we do not know. Life has become full of fear. We are entering 4.0 of lockdown, perhaps lighter one. India has done great by the lockdown. ये लॉकडाउन इसलिए ज़रूरी था because we had a rotten health structure nationwide. We had to recoup, rebuild, and rework everything out. That's what create job. Yep. Million is the million we are touching. So we are facing real problem. एक anecdote से शुरू करता हूँ. The other day I talked to my sister. I said कि after the lockdown become eased or it is withdrawn, I'd love to come down you and meet you all. There was a shuddering silence. I'm not going to name, don't bother. Shuddering silence of 1 minute whether she should invite me in the house or not. This will happen everywhere. हर एक के साथ होगा. फियर इतना ज़्यादा बढ़ गया है, डर है, कोई भी अफेक्टेड हो रहा है, and we have to be re-understanding this. इस 50 दिन में it was a lockdown period for unlocking the mindset. While unlocking the mindset, ये देखा गया कि कहीं लोगों ने क्रोध और फर्दर भय से अंदर रहे और कुछ लोगों ने रीबिल्ड किया अपने परिवार को. अपने से फिर से अच्छा लगा अपने परिवारजनों के साथ. कितना समय हम लोग वैसे ही बिता देते हैं वो हमें समझ नहीं आता. अब शायद कुछ आया, लेकिन इसके साथ साथ डोमेस्टिक वायलेंस भी बहुत हुए होंगे, क्योंकि हार्मोनी तो कहीं है नहीं. So this is the situation we have undergone. It was a time. मैं आपसे पूछता हूँ, आप इस 50 दिन में क्या नया किया है, क्या नया सोचा है? कुछ एक नया निष्कर्ष मिला है. We have to think post-COVID right now with different dynamics. socio-psychological and health fear, apart from economic fear, are the top bracketed fears which haunted us. सामाजिक तौर से, साइकोलॉजिकल तौर से, हेल्थ सेक्टर से, इकोनॉमिक सेक्टर से, रोजगार वाले हिसाब से हर जगह हमें डर दिखा और हमें कुछ बातें समझाई गई. सोशल डिस्टेंस, इसकी डायनामिक्स कुछ और भी हों हैं, वो भी हमें समझना चाहिए. इस सोशल डिस्टेंस के टाइम में मेजॉरिटी ऑफ पीपल घर पे रहे, अपने परिवार को बचाते रहे, बाहर कम निकले. जो ज़्यादा एडवेंचरस था वही निकला है. फिर भी मेजॉरिटी में घर रहे. The social distancing is not only on road, it is also at home. There is the physiological distancing required, there is a cultural distancing, there is other kinds of distancing which evolves, like emotional distancing. Emotional doubts comes in. We have to reinvent all this. हमें फिर से समझना है कि ये प्रॉब्लम क्या है, इसको कैसे समझें. पोस्ट कोविड में जब ये लॉकडाउन ख़त्म होगा, इमीडिएटली वी शुड नॉट रन आउट ऑन द रोड एज a free person. No, don't do it, because time is coming much sharper when you will fear to hug your own people. You will not be able to meet your own people. You will have a doubt in your eyes about your known person. सब्जी वालों से उतना डरेंगे नहीं, लेकिन अपने ही लोगों से जो जानते हो, पहचानते हो, उनसे डर लगना चालू होगा. This is a fear. This fear is dangerous. And this fear is real. किसी को भी हो सकता है. कोविड किसी को भी हो सकता है. मुझे नहीं होगा, ये कॉन्सेप्ट भूल जाइए. प्रिकॉशंस 100%. प्रिकॉशंस में 3 चीज़ दिखती है मेजरली. एक तो सोशल डिस्टेंसिंग, कल्चरल डिस्टेंसिंग, डिस्टेंसिंग फ्रॉम रिलीजियस ग्रुप्स, फ्रॉम बिग डिस्कोर्सेस, avoid crowded place, wash your hand, fine, wear a mask. You know, post-COVID will have a different dynamic. Look at the cosmetic industry. There will be dearth of production in lip colors. Though they may have come out with transparent masks, but it will not work. So there is a rethinking in terms of cosmetic culture. For men, stylizing and the beards would go away. You have to identify another person by their eyes. आँखों से पहचानना है, आँखों को देख के. चेहरा नहीं दिख रहा. एक नया जमाना है. डर रहता है कि पता नहीं मुझे हो जाए. हो सकता है. हमारा हाइजीन ठीक नहीं है, हो सकता है. इधर उधर थूकते रहते हैं, हो सकता है. क्लीनलीनेस है नहीं, हो सकता है. एक छोटी सी बात कह रहा हूँ कि इतना इम्पेशेंट है हम लोग. आपने सोचा प्लेन में आपने बोर्डिंग स्लिप पास ले लिया और वेट कर रहे हैं प्लेन में चढ़ने के लिए। वहाँ पर देखा एक दूसरे की फिजिकल डिस्टेंसिंग कितना होता है, बॉडी बॉडी में टच करता है जैसे प्लेन उड़ जाएगी। ये जो इम्पेशंस है ना, दिस हैज़ टू गो अवे, न्यू नॉर्मल हैज़ टू कम। आज तक हम इमिग्रेंट्स इतने दिन से सुन रहे हैं, बड़ा दुख होता है अपने ही कंट्री के लोगों को इमिग्रेंट बोलते हुए। मुझे सेकेंड वर्ल्ड वॉर के बाद का एक फिल्म याद आता है, वहाँ पे एक डायलॉग था, विदाउट पासपोर्ट यू आर रिफ्यूजी इन योर ओन कंट्री। यस, आज इनके पास पैसे नहीं थे, इनको 3 महीने 4 महीने खिलाने पिलाने वाला रखने वाला भी कोई नहीं था, जिन्होंने उनको यूज़ किया है, उनसे कमाया है। बिकॉज इन इंडिया एवरी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी इज गवर्नमेंट, रिच हैज़ नो रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी, दे हैव ओनली a responsibility of getting benefits out of the economics। ये इसलिए बोल रहा हूँ, नाउ देर इज a न्यू थिंकिंग कमिंग अप कि लोग क्राउडेड सिटी से हट के सेमी क्राउडेड या आइसोलेटेड जगह पे बैठ के काम करना चाहेंगे, बिजनेस करना चाहेंगे, नए बिजनेस करना चाहेंगे। एक नया सिस्टम शुरू होने वाला है। नाउ ये पलायन अब उल्टा हो सकता है कि शहर से कुछ गांव की ओर, एंड दिस पलायन विल गिव a different meaning to the concept of palayan we have been talking about, because Indian electorate system sustained perhaps only on 3 things: non-education, keeping them as branded as laborer, and give them no medical facility। ये तीनों चीज़ों से बहुत हमें मतलब ये देश को देखा है। Now things has changed for good. We have to think, rethink in terms of life। ये पोस्ट कोविड में डर है, और डर है कितना किसकी रिकवरी होगी उसका किस्मत है, लेकिन दवाई कितनी निकलेगी, वैक्सीन कब निकलेगा, वी गॉड ओनली नोस। बट ये कैसे अफेक्ट करता है, कितने देर में एयर में रहता है, 9 मीटर रहता है या 9 फीट रहता है, कितनी वेलोसिटी में रहता है, कितने सेकेंड्स रहते हैं, ये सब साइंटिफिक बातें हैं। वी डू नॉट नो, आवर बॉडी नोज। सो इन पोस्ट कोविड पीरियड we have to understand and go back to our own culture, own cultural heritage. How? We have to go by our typical traditional food of the geopolitical system. If I am in Bangalore, I should love ragi. So, every place has its own kind of food system. This gives you an immune system. This will fight COVID. Like that, we should throw away the junk food to the world and the life of the junk. Because we have lived and made our life a junk food. Nature is teaching us, because there are challenges। जो जैसे बड़े हुए हैं, जैसे देखा है, सब कुछ बदल जाएगा, but then there are opportunities। डिजिटली पावरफुल होके आप कहीं रहिए, आपको मिस इन्फॉर्मेशन कोई नहीं दे सकता। आप अपनी इन्फॉर्मेशन अपने आप कल्चर कर सकते हैं। आपको सॉल्यूशंस कैसे निकलेगा, we have to think in terms of life has changed. Now, reskilling is very important. Now, how reskilling is done? Here's one example I'm giving you. Because positive mantra ThoughtScape works out on counseling people with innovative ideas, how they can evolve that and translate into a business without much investment, yet be practical and be a owner of the organization rather be a employee. Recently, some food company has sacked 13% staff. Very casually, it is possible in India. Anybody can be thrown out. So pink slip has become a different thing. In this, we had to look at our own way to get a solution. In this budgets, the recent budget for last 4 days going on, first time in my 40 years of journalism, I'm realizing so much detail and touching things and incorporations of small sectors can become an avenue for you to do business and earn respect and yet remain safe. That's the catch. Another thing is, our culture has always said कि घर पे आने के पहले चप्पल बाहर खोल के सीधा बाथरूम में जाके पूरा हाफ नहा के साफ होके फिर अंदर जाना. This has been a tradition always. We have to go back that culture and that hygiene. We have lost it. साबुन से सब कुछ बदलेगा नहीं, पूरे हैबिट से बदलेगा. We have to go for traditional kind of medicine system which will not become toxic and after having a side effects. We must get a traditional system of food. We must have our own immune system strong so that we can face COVID like pandemic anytime, anywhere it is coming. So health sector, you go back to the culture. Reread the culture. Now as a profession, I was telling you, you have to reskill this young boys, girls who are moving from here and there for small bread and butter. Say Delhi has 1300 monuments and India has thousands. And they all are under ASI or under anybody else or just left away. But they are to be repaired. Then there is a requirement of specialized archaeological machine work. This rescaling is a talent to evolve. If we think and map India in terms of creating a new group of people with new profession and upkeeping our heritage, it will be a different thing altogether. So we have to work out that social distancing. मतलब एक मोनूमेंट पे अगर 3 आदमी 4 आदमी काम करेंगे एक साथ, इससे ज़्यादा तो नहीं. भीड़ को कम करना है, भीड़ से हटना है. That's the catch. Just today अगर मॉल खुल जाए सब पागलों की तरह मॉल की तरफ दौड़ेंगे. That is dangerous. Don't do it. So what is important now is to relook at post-COVID lifestyle, which must be spiritually empowered. हमारे गुरुजन एकांतवास में जाते थे, संत लोग जाते थे. एकांतवास का समय हुआ है. कुछ प्रैक्टिस, कुछ हैबिट्स, कुछ योगा से हमारे लाइफस्टाइल में कुछ न्यू थॉट्स आए हैं. लेट्स गो बैक to our ecosystem, to realize and re-understand the life and away from the junky social cosmetic world. जो दिखावे का दुनिया है इससे हटके let's do something very serious. Spiritually empowered person if you become, you actually redesign your personality and your habits. Now I have seen due to last that 50 odd days, people have become introspective. They were crowded with thoughts. Young mind got insecure what they will do. Further, people get engaged at 2 o'clock playing video games, whatever the games around. The structure of life has changed. Now be prepared for another change. Once we go out this time, make sure you don't be a cause of problem for others. Neither others should become a cause of problem. Avoid crowd. Profession, relook at profession. We need a total health management of the rural system at par with the cities, but much lighter in traffic. People will go for it, will support the system. They will love to stay in isolation. But in isolation, what happens is you become introvert, you become depressive. Please do not dealing emotionally. Keep social distance, work out psychologically, talk a lot, keep a distance. You are ventilating your ideas. Once you create your ideas, you will be getting something more. All profession, right from agriculture to any other thing, there will be a sea change. So this is an opportunity which the problem has given us. Now, if I recall, Gandhiji said, if India has to develop, it has to develop from villages. Perhaps that philosophy has to come back again. We have to think in terms of education, more in terms of virtual education, not gathering anymore. See, whenever the seasonal changes happens, you have to allow the leave to the people, to the students, so that no sneezing, nothing of that kind goes on. Work from home is the new culture. And work from home for your own profession has to become a culture tomorrow. You will be digitally powerful enough to do it. Build India, revamp India, and think in Indian term. But the challenges called party, called social entertainment zones, called huge group and showcasing everything. Yes, this has to go somewhere, change somewhere, and new normal will come up. With time, every time you will be surprised with the new normal. That new normal will be not really crowded, not really with too much closeness, not really with groups, be it spiritual. But ये बदलेगा. We have to now empower ourselves, design our mind. Post-COVID, think in term, go back to the nature, empower your health, immune system, your food habit be local, you must think global, that's fine, and you have to leave your signature everywhere that India has the promise and answer for the world, be it any field. All sectors of services will undergo changes. You will not have faith in anything, anybody coming to your house and repairing your AC. You are not free. You will not be comfortable at all. So your life has to change. Business opportunities will change. And what is laid down in the 20 lakh crore idea, everything, the seed is there. And where India can go anywhere from now, that promise is assured, provided people work it out at their own. Then, try to understand we have to go for the organic kind of food habits, organic kind of fruits. We make sure that more production, more fertilizer, sudden production, sudden big size, all this thing has to stop. We have to evolve the soil, we have to talk to the nodal agencies, get their ideas, work out there, and work out. If you are a small persons, small group, you create a cooperative. New normal will come. You will be away from everywhere, but you will be closer to the world. Now, courts will be virtual. No convict need not to be taken to the court. It can be virtual. It can be a teleconference. It can be any other thing. So, we have to reskill our thought process right now and think in the terms of how we can evolve ourselves in post-COVID. Look, fear is there. You have to maintain that fear. You have to live with that fear. But do not create that fear a psychological gap of human relationship, emotional boundaries. You have matter of fact, but don't showcase. Try not to become, that it's a very bad thing has happened to somebody. No. If somebody is suffering, allow the person respect. Let him or her come up and let them come back and join back and do their life. Respect them. So post-COVID is not really a problem. A health problem is there. Look, today cancers are there. There are many other things which are there. There are many viruses which are there. People are getting affected. People are dying. Suddenly today only COVID people are dying. No, it is not possible. Everybody is dying. Every ailment is taking life. Try to look at that way also. But as it is said by WHO themselves, that big WHO is coming up, they say we have to live with it. Once we have to live with it, we have to rechannel our way of thinking. We have to rechannel way of our lifestyle and living. We have to change our lifestyle in terms of food habits. We need not to be now aping the West in terms of going for a ball, going for this, going for a gala party. Enough. You have to now make yourself safe. You have to be spiritually empowered. You will take care of your health. with yogic exercises. Basically, your culture and your hygiene is within your family. Reinvent them. Don't spit here and there. Life will change, and it has to change. So post-COVID is a situation of enigma. New problems will come, but don't become adventurous. Don't jump on roads. The world is not in the roads. The life is in the element what you do, what you deliver. Be a spiritually empowered person. Redesign your mind space. Rethink how to think differently, how to take people all along. Maybe that you shift somewhere else. You may shift your profession. You can do anything, but do not become victim of things of restlessness and habit of jumping over the queue and jumping over people. Our shopping habits has to change. All that basic things has to change. Now the world will be better understood when you are in isolation. Isolation is not for psychological depression. Isolation is consolidated self who is taking decision at point of time with a clear precision what he or she wants and then goes for it. It is important now to reinvent your own talents and shape them according to the situation today health-wise worldwide, and also think in terms of you become a representative of Indian Swabhiman worldwide. You can become. And we are here. You can approach us. We can talk, get some counseling, get some idea exchanged. We can plan for you. You can implement yourself. Let's just come and discuss. But we can be safe virtually. Over telephone, we are safe, we can talk, we can work. And that's important. And now onward, take cautious step. Don't become a threat for the society, or don't show any negative impact on anybody else if he or she suffers or they deliver good at the end of at the hospital level. It is important to now restructure India, restructure ourselves away from this, where you need not to hug, but your present voice can mean millions of hugs. Your social, spiritual empoweredness, your vision, your look, your attitude will give them more powerful pleasure of emotion than the physical way of showing it. Thank you.